Hello guys and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I want to show you the difference between your conscious mind and your subconscious mind. Now you might have heard about the subconscious mind, you might have heard about frequencies and vibrations, maybe the law of attraction, but you might not know that your subconscious mind controls 95% of your emotions, actions and decisions. So that means that your subconscious mind is literally controlling 95% of your entire life. So today, I want to show you the difference between your conscious and your subconscious so you can actually use your conscious mind as a tool to alter what's going on inside of your subconscious mind. Now, the easy way that I learned this is through having an image to work with. Okay, because when most people think of the mind, they get an image of the brain, but your brain is not your mind. Okay, if I get a knife and I start cutting open your body, I'm gonna find your brain. It's a physical part of your human being, right? But if I cut your body open, I'm not gonna find your mind because mind is not a thing, it's an activity. Now, I was mentored by Bob Proctor, and I'm now top 1% of Bob's consultants worldwide. And this is what I take my clients through in lesson 4 of Thinking into Results, the 6-month mentorship that I facilitate. And we say that we want you to imagine that this is you. And this is such a powerful concept, okay? You want to imagine that the top circle is your mind and this bottom circle is your body, okay? Now we split the mind into two parts. The top half is your conscious mind and the bottom half is your subconscious mind. So let's break down the difference. This top half is your conscious mind and that's your thinking mind. So all of the time whilst you're awake, you're having this inner conversation. You're always thinking. You can't stop thinking, just like you can't stop eating and drinking. Okay. Well, that's your conscious mind. And hooked up to your conscious mind, you've got five senses. Okay. So you can see, you can hear, you can smell, you can taste, and you can touch. And as long as me and you live in this physical body, we're going to need those five senses to correspond with our physical world. Now, another thing about our conscious mind is it can accept and it can reject. So if you hear something that you don't like or you don't want to accept, then you can use your conscious mind and say, I'm not accepting that. So, for example, if you hear on social media that the people in your industry are going to have a terrible month next month, you can either accept that idea and pass it on to your subconscious mind, or you can reject it and originate an idea that I am going to have the best month of my life. So it's important to understand that your conscious mind can accept information, it can reject information, and you can also originate new information by using your conscious mind to think, okay? And also, our conscious mind is the mind that school focuses on. So when you read a book, when you listen to my YouTube videos, when you listen to someone speaking, all of that information goes into your conscious mind. That's where you gather information. Okay. Let's move on to the subconscious mind. The subconscious mind is a lot different to your conscious mind because it doesn't think. Your subconscious mind is not speaking to you. The language of your subconscious mind is emotion. In other words, feeling. Feeling and emotion are the same thing. Okay. Now, your subconscious mind cannot reject like your conscious mind can. Okay, so when you came into this world, you didn't have a conscious mind. Your subconscious mind was wide open. And like I've just said, your subconscious mind can only accept. So when you was a baby, your parents said to you that this big guy with a white beard called Santa Claus flies through the air on reindeers and delivers presents. Because your subconscious mind can't reject it, you actually accept it. And when we're kids, we actually believe that Santa Claus flies through the air, right? Now, the reason for that is that our subconscious mind will accept anything that is impressed upon it. That's why it's so easy for a newborn baby to learn multiple languages. Whereas me and you as adults, if we try and learn another language, it's going to be very difficult. It's possible, of course, we can do it, but it's going to take longer because our thinking, our programming is already set. Our conscious mind is already built up through the ideas and beliefs that was projected upon our subconscious mind when we was younger. Okay, so your subconscious mind can only accept, it doesn't think. Your conscious mind does that, part of me, And anything that's impressed upon your subconscious mind believes that is true. So it cannot tell the difference between what is true and what is imagined. So I'll give you an example. If you've ever been on a diet, sometimes all you can think about is food, and you might picture eating this juicy cheeseburger. Well, your subconscious mind does not know that you're not actually eating a cheeseburger, so it produces saliva in in your mouth as if you're actually eating a cheeseburger, but there is no cheeseburger. Because you're imagining it, your subconscious mind believes that you're actually eating a cheeseburger. Okay, so we know that our body is just an instrument of the subconscious mind. If your subconscious mind believes something to be true, then your body is going to act like it's actually true. Okay, now we want to use our conscious mind to alter our subconscious mind. Remember when I said that your subconscious mind is your emotional or feeling mind, right? Feeling or emotion is just another word for saying vibration. So your subconscious mind controls your vibration. If you're feeling wealthy, if you're feeling powerful, what you're really saying is that you're on a wealthy or you're on a powerful vibration. And the law of attraction decrees that you can only attract what you're in harmony with. So if you're feeling poor, if you're feeling angry, if you're feeling frustrated, what you're really saying is that you're on a poor, angry, and frustrated vibration. And if you don't get yourself off that vibration, whilst you're on that vibration, all you can attract to you is things that harmonize with the feelings or the frequencies or vibrations that you're having. Okay. So, how is the subconscious mind set? Well, like I said before, when we came into this world, we didn't have a conscious mind. So, our subconscious mind was set through the thoughts, beliefs, and ideas that our parents, school teachers, the influences around us when we was younger were having. Okay. Now, as we get older, we develop a conscious mind, and it's the thoughts that we hold in our conscious mind that we impress upon our subconscious mind. So I'll give you an example. You cannot be thinking thoughts of abundance and be feeling poor at the same time. It's impossible. Okay. It's action, reaction. The action is the thought, the reaction is the feeling. So anytime you're feeling bad, you know that you're thinking about something bad, or you're thinking about something that you don't want to happen. Now, our subconscious mind doesn't care if we're thinking, I don't want to be poor. Your subconscious mind is not responding to the words, it's responding to the image that you're handing over. And that's why I say to people that come to work with me, if your goal is to get out of debt, it's the worst goal that you can ever have. Now, you might be thinking, well, I want to get out of it. It doesn't matter. You're thinking about debt. So you're feeling debt. You're setting up a vibration of debt. And the universe is going to bring more things that harmonize with bringing you more debt. So what have we got to do? We've got to think prosperity. We've got to think love. We've got to think abundance. Okay. So I want you to imagine that your conscious mind is your subconscious mind's bodyguard. Nothing can enter your subconscious mind without the use of your conscious mind. So if 70% of the time you're thinking about wealth, you've tipped the scale. You're impressing thoughts of wealth upon your subconscious mind that alters your vibration, which alters the actions that you take, but it also sets up a reaction as well, an attraction. So we literally become what we think about, because our thoughts cause our feelings cause our actions, and our actions are producing our results. And this is why I get all my clients when they come to work with me to write down on a piece of card, I am so happy and grateful, and then they write what they want. And I get them to look at it multiple times a day. So we're disrupting the old paradigm. We're disrupting the subconscious programming. We're not thinking about what we don't want. If we keep thinking about what we don't want, guess what we're going to keep attracting? More of what we don't want. We've got to deliberately start thinking about what we do want. And that's what I want you to do. I want you to get a goal card. It's just a piece of paper, and I want you to write down on it in present tense what you want. Now, why do we write it in present tense? Well, your subconscious mind can't tell a difference between what's imagined and what's actually true. So if you keep telling yourself a lie over and over again, you're eventually going to believe that it's true. If you keep thinking to yourself, you could have the best family, the best friends. If you keep thinking to yourself, no one loves me, no one loves me, no one loves me, you're impressing that thought upon your subconscious mind. It alters your vibration, And then you're going to notice that no one's going to start to love you, even though they actually loved you in the first place. Our mind is very, very powerful. So if we do this with our goal, if you want a new house, I've done this with a new house that I've just moved into. Before I had this property, I was thinking to myself, I am so happy and grateful that I have a beautiful 4 bedroom home that's modern, it's peaceful, and we filled the house with so much love. I was thinking this thought even though my 5 senses were telling me that it's not true. I kept thinking it. I kept holding that thought in my conscious mind until my subconscious mind accepted it. It altered my vibration. It changed my actions. I started producing more money, and now I live in that beautiful home. Done the same thing with my car, the same thing with my new watch, the same thing with the partner who I absolutely love. I think she's amazing. So it's not just about money. You can alter your life in any way that you want when you really start to understand how powerful your thoughts are. They're not just something that run around your head. There's a great quote by James Allen, and he says, we think in secret. Okay, no one sees your thoughts, so we think in secret and it comes to pass. But your environment is your looking glass. So if you observe your outside world, you will see that it is a manifestation of what you was thinking about in the past. So if you want new results 90 days from now, 30 days from now, 5 years from now, then they're going to be determined by the thoughts that you plant today. Okay, you can't plant a potato seed and expect a carrot to come up. Same way, you can't plant a thought of negativity, lack, and limitation and expect, a plant to grow that's full of abundance and prosperity. Your mind works like the soil, okay? It's going to give you what you are sowing. So you've got to ask yourself, what am I thinking about all day long? Because if you're thinking about what you don't want, you're going to keep attracting more of what you don't want because your subconscious mind doesn't hear, I don't want, I can, or no. It's just giving you what you're thinking about. So if you say, I don't want to argue with someone today, you're passing on an image to your subconscious mind of arguing. Instead, you want to change the thought and say, I want amazing conversations today. Because when you have that thought, you're passing on an image of having amazing conversations. And this is very, very powerful. So, what I want you to do, the action step is just to write down on a piece of paper in present tense what you want. It could be to double your income, it could be to attract a great relationship into your life, it could be to buy a new home. And I want you to pause throughout the day and look at what you've wrote down and just repeat it to yourself over and over again until we are constantly thinking about it. Now, once the idea is in your conscious mind, through repetition and getting emotionally involved with it, you're going to impress it upon your subconscious mind. That alters your vibration, and that's when the magic starts to happen. That's how I've created my life. That's how I've become top 1% of Bob Proctor's consultants within the space of 2 years, all through understanding me, understanding my mind, and understanding frequencies and vibrations. There's a big myth out there that if you want to earn lots of money, you've got to work really hard. But if we look at the people that work the hardest in this world, they're very, very poor. For me, hard work is building those big buildings in really hot weather in Dubai and Saudi Arabia. They're not earning a lot of money. A lot of them come from India, they come from Pakistan, they've left their family in their home country to go and work in Dubai, and they're working really hard, but they're absolutely broke. And then you look at multimillionaires, they're on golf trips, they're on ski trips, they're having vacations in the Bahamas. They're not working really hard. And the reason is that hard work alone is not going to get you the result that you want if you are not a vibrational match for what you want. Okay. Let's say the life that you want is here on this frequency, and you are currently here on this frequency. Okay. No matter how hard you work, you cannot attract all the beautiful things on that frequency until you tune into it. So think of yourself like a radio, okay? If you're listening to AM music, you can't get onto FM music by bashing the radio as hard as you can. You don't do that. You've got to tune in to a new frequency. Unfortunately, a lot of people are tuned into lack FM and they're expecting to attract the music that is on abundance AM. and it's not going to work. That's what I feel my purpose on this planet to do, is to help as many people understand what is going on with their mind, how to alter their vibration and their subconscious mind so they can actually live the life that they want. Because I know for a fact, if you can see it in your mind, I can show you how to hold it in your hand. And it's very easy to do. It's done through universal principles. There are certain laws that govern this universe. One of them is the law of gravity. We have the law of receiving, the law of circulation, the vacuum law of prosperity, the law of attraction, the law of thinking, the law of vibration. There's lots of them. Now, we can call it God, we can call it universe, we can call it whatever we want. What we do know is that something larger, something bigger than us created those laws, and we cannot change them. All we can do is start to work in harmony with them. All we can do really is surrender to them and work in harmony with them. I mean, we don't have to. 97 out of every 100 people don't, and that's why they're not living the life that they want to live. They're not driving the car that they want to drive. They're not taking the trips that they want to take, because they're making life hard for themselves through the thoughts that they're thinking on a daily basis. If you want help with this, if you're really serious and committed to changing your results and building the life that you really want, then I would love to support you. I've opened up a few slots on my calendar for one-to-one calls. You can go to the link in the description. There's only a few, and you can book one of these. Okay. Is there a cost to the call? No, there's not. But on the call, we're going to discuss your goals. We're going to find out why you are not where you want to be. And then if I feel like my mentorship will help you, then I will show you the mentorship. And of course, there is a financial investment to that. Okay. So if you're really serious and committed, I would encourage you to go and book one of these calls. If you're not, and you're like maybe or whatever, then please leave the call for someone who is actually really serious and committed to changing their life. But I would absolutely love to support you. So if you are serious and committed, go to the link in the description and book your free one-to-one call so we can see what's going on, and I can map out exactly how you can get from where you are to where you want to be. And don't forget the action step. Get a pen, write down what you want, and keep thinking about it.